Hey everyone, it's Ultra Prime Selections here, your go-to source for navigating life's ups and downs like a pro. We're all about giving you the tools and strategies you need to not just survive, but thrive, even when things get tough. And let's be real, sometimes life throws you a curveball. You might be facing a sudden medical bill, car trouble, or an unexpected job loss. These situations are stressful enough without the added worry of where to get cash in a hurry. That's why today, we're diving deep into a topic that's crucial for everyone: how to access emergency cash and resources fast. We're talking about getting your hands on that much-needed money within a day or two, sometimes even within hours. Make sure you stick around until the end of this video because I'm going to share some little-known resources that can be absolute lifesavers in a pinch. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing so, you might be helping someone else that needs to hear this video. Alright, let's kick things off with the most obvious solution first, your emergency fund. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Graham, I clicked on this video because I need money now, and I don't have an emergency fund or it's not big enough. Listen, I get it. But having even a small emergency fund can make a world of difference. Think of it like this. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. It's the money you set aside specifically for those unexpected expenses that life throws your way, like a broken down car or a medical emergency. Ideally, your emergency fund should cover 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. I know, that seems like a lot of money, especially when you're just starting out. But here's the thing, you don't have to build it all up overnight. Start small. Even if you can only swing $50 or $100 a month, that's still $50 or $100 more than you had before. Over time, those small contributions add up. Now, I know what you're thinking. Graham, where am I supposed to find an extra $50 or $100 a month? Well, there are a few things you can do. First, take a look at your spending habits. Are there any areas where you can cut back? Maybe you can eat out one less time per week or cancel that subscription you never use. Another option is to pick up a side hustle. There are tons of ways to make extra money these days, from driving for Uber to selling handmade goods on Etsy. The key is to find something that fits into your schedule and that you actually enjoy doing. And here's a pro tip. Set up a separate savings account specifically for your emergency fund. This will help you avoid dipping into it for non-emergency expenses. Trust me, having that money set aside will give you peace of mind and help you sleep better at night.
Absolutely, Ultra Prime Selections. Building an emergency fund is like creating a financial cushion. It might take some time, but it's worth every penny.
Okay, so maybe you're in a situation where you need cash right now, and building up an emergency fund isn't an immediate solution. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's talk about a strategy that can put cash in your hand today: selling stuff you no longer use. Seriously, take a look around your house. You'd be surprised at how much stuff you've accumulated over the years that you completely forgot about. That old laptop collecting dust in your closet? The designer handbag you splurged on but never use? That vintage record collection you inherited from your cool uncle? These are all potential gold mines. And the best part is, selling your stuff has never been easier thanks to online marketplaces like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and OfferUp. You can literally list your items for sale in minutes, and often, buyers are eager to pick them up the same day, putting cash in your hand immediately. Here's a pro tip. To maximize your earnings and sell your items quickly, make sure you take high-quality photos, write clear and detailed descriptions, and price your items competitively. Don't be afraid to negotiate a bit, but also know your worth. And hey, if you're really in a pinch and need to sell things super fast, consider having a good old-fashioned garage sale. It's a classic for a reason. Just make sure you advertise beforehand and price your items to move. Remember, one person's trash is another person's treasure. What you consider clutter might be exactly what someone else is looking for. So, why not turn those unused items into much-needed cash? The friend or family loan navigating this tricky terrain. Alright, let's talk about a potentially sensitive but often viable option: borrowing from friends or family. I know, this isn't ideal, and it can be a bit awkward to ask for money, especially when you're used to being independent. But here's the thing. Sometimes, borrowing from people who care about you can be a lifesaver, especially if you need a small loan quickly and want to avoid high interest rates or complicated application processes. However, it's crucial to approach this option with caution and treat it like any other financial transaction. That means having a clear and detailed repayment plan in place before you even ask to borrow the money. Sit down with your friend or family member and have an open and honest conversation. Explain your situation, how much you need to borrow, and when and how you plan to repay them. Put everything in writing, including the loan amount, interest rate, if any, and repayment schedule. Think of it like this. Having a written agreement protects both of you. It ensures that everyone is on the same page and helps avoid any misunderstandings or hurt feelings down the line. And here's a pro tip. If possible, try to offer some form of collateral. This could be something like a valuable item that you own or even a service you can provide. Offering collateral shows your friend or family member that you're serious about repaying the loan and that you're willing to put skin in the game. Remember, borrowing from loved ones can be a great option in a pinch, but it's important to be responsible, respectful, and to communicate clearly throughout the entire process. Credit cards and personal loans. Use with extreme caution. All right, let's talk about a couple of options that should be considered last resorts: credit cards and personal loans. I'm not a fan of going into debt, especially for emergency expenses. However, I understand that sometimes these options can be necessary, especially if you've exhausted all other avenues.
Let's start with credit cards. If you have a credit card with available credit, using it for a short-term emergency expense might seem like an easy solution. However, it's crucial to remember that credit cards come with high interest rates, which can quickly turn a small debt into a much larger one if you're not careful. If you do decide to use a credit card for an emergency, make sure you have a plan to pay off the balance as quickly as possible to minimize interest charges. Consider transferring the balance to a card with a lower interest rate or setting up a strict repayment plan to tackle the debt aggressively.
Now let's talk about personal loans. Personal loans are installment loans that you repay over a fixed period, typically with a fixed interest rate. They can be a good option for larger emergency expenses, like medical bills or home repairs, as they often offer lower interest rates than credit cards. However, it's important to shop around and compare interest rates and loan terms from different lenders before committing to a loan. Make sure you understand the fees associated with the loan, such as origination fees or prepayment penalties. And here's a crucial tip. Only borrow what you need and can realistically afford to repay. Don't fall into the trap of taking out a larger loan than necessary just because it's available. Remember, debt can quickly spiral out of control, so it's essential to be mindful of your borrowing habits and to prioritize responsible repayment. Look, I know that dealing with a financial emergency can be incredibly stressful, but it's important to remember that you're not alone. Millions of people face unexpected expenses every day, and there are resources available to help you navigate these challenging times. The key is to be proactive, explore your options, and create a plan to get back on track. Remember, at Ultra Prime Selections, we're here to empower you with the best strategies and resources to not just survive, but thrive, no matter what life throws your way. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more premium tips and advice. Stay safe, stay prepared, and we'll see you next time.